Oh, through political correctness, we can't see life as it may be. That world hidden from you and me. I just laugh and start to sing. Ha 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 ha! It's sideshow infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. Oh, that Game of Thrones is what they play. A house of cards just day by day. Voters lose in every way. It's just like I always say. It's sideshow, infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. Yeah. Joe Biden's got quite the past with a document probe all up his ass. We're not going to charge him because he's just an old ass. It's all a joke. I can't believe we're even giving this any thought. And I'm just laughing last. It's sideshow, infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. The most trusted puppet in media is me. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You read what others had done, and you took that step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. It's not too credit. Honestly, you just have done things which nobody's never done before. Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they just done the things they should.
Well, it's about that time where we talk about what we learned today, what we learned this whole week. One of the things that we learned is that old Uncle Joe, it's okay for him to take papers, classified papers, and not get charged. Why? Because he's an old man. He's an old man that can't remember anything. And you know what? He's so old, his memory is so bad, he can't even stand trial. No, that's the case. That's what the special counsel said. That's not what I'm saying. So then my question is well then, why is he president? Right? Listen, if he can't stand trial for anything, well, wait a minute. So wait a minute. I thought now the case is that now once we have a president and the president leaves, now the whole thing is that we have to charge them after they get out, right? Because that's what third world countries do. They just imprison them and they do it. I mean, so that's what we've set this precedent now. So we might as well. So you're telling me now that if Joe Biden is no longer president, we can't charge him for all the wrongdoing that he's. Oh, that's right. He's not done any wrongdoing. That's right. Oh, yes, that's right. Blue team, red team. I totally forgot. Right, that's right. No, what was I thinking? I must have slipped my mind. Must have slipped my mind. Of course, somebody will say, "Well, the difference is Sam is blah 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 blah." It's like big difference. Big difference across the board. And of course, you know what? And when I hear people using talking points from the news media, really, seriously, the blue team is scrambling to find somebody that they're going to replace with him. And his names, around, Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom, this person, that person. It's very interesting. I don't know who it is. I mean, I still want the rematch. Old Uncle Joe and Orange 45. I mean, that's what I want. So if anything goes awry, then it's going to be kind of crazy on that front. What other things happened this week? Oh yes, that's right. Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin. Did you see that? It was a 2-hour interview. 2-hour interview. And then I see everybody getting upset because a journalist is doing journalism. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There used to be a time and a place where Barbara Walters and this person and that a person and this Joe Schmo anchor and that Joe Schmo anchor, they would go and sit there and interview Muammar Gaddafi. They would go interview Putin. They would go interview all of them. All of them. The Ayatollah. It doesn't matter who it was. They interviewed him. That was part of the thing. And now all of a sudden, Tucker goes over there, gets an interview, and now everybody's like saying, "Oh my God, what a traitor! What a traitor! I can't believe this." Come to find out that old Putin has not even talked to Uncle Joe since before the Ukraine war even started. What? Ridiculous. Well, he also says that he does have the information that that shows that the intelligence agencies, NATO, responsible for Nord Stream. Of course, we all knew that. We all knew that. And then, of course, he goes in saying that the American media owns all the other media in the world. Something that we also knew. But I digress. The important thing to focus on this weekend is the Super Bowl, right? 2.5 point favored is 2.5 point favored is San Francisco. Just ask Sir Philosopher. He has his money on San Francisco winning the game. Everybody thinks that everybody's now betting against Patrick Mahomes. So we're going to see what's going to happen on that front. I'm not really sure. Over under what? Well, I think. Oh yeah. Oh, the national anthem. It's going to be under 90 seconds. No wait. Over 90 seconds. Over 90 seconds. Under 90 seconds. Under? I'm not sure. What do you think it's going to be? Under? Over? Okay. I think it's going to be over 90 seconds, maybe. That's a minute and a half. So a minute and a half, over 90 seconds for the national anthem. How many times they're going to show Taylor Swift on screen? Over, under 10? I think we're going to go with the over on that one. Over, under 10. Let's see. What else do we have? I have a couple people in chat. Shout out to Kenzo. Shout out to Big M. Shout out to the Hellboy. Wondering Hobby joined. A couple of other people. Shout out to all of you guys. Thanks so much for joining into the show. Make sure you follow me at Sam Newsman all over social media. We'll be back next week, 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, radio only. And of course, 10 to 11, we're here. Shout out to Ace over at Robin Toys for answering all the questions. Of course, I flubbed that up. And then, of course, we can always just blame it all on Lord Blanket. I'll be back next week here on the only award-winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real media puppet. Follow me at Sam Newsman all over social media. I do reels every day, setting the standard and raising the bar. The only way a real, trusted media puppet knows how to do. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.